AR verbs function much like the other verb that you've already learned, the verb ser. Ser, remember, means to be, and we learned ser when we talked about what people were like, where they're from, and their names. Okay, so what we did was we took the verb ser and we broke it down into about 5 different ways. Remember, we had ser is to be, and then you had a chart for this. So you broke it down. Yo soy, meaning I am. Tú eres, meaning you are. Él, ella, usted es, meaning he is, she is, and then you formal are. Nosotros somos, vosotros sois, and ellos, ellas, ustedes son. Remember, I cannot say yo ser, tú ser, él ser. I have to use what we call conjugations or verb changes. Okay, so I can't say, for example, I be, he be, she be, we be. Okay, I have to say I am, he is, down here, you are, we are, they are, etc. Okay, so AR verbs work very similarly. Okay, so remember, according to your vocabulary list, you've only had about 5 AR verbs that you've learned. We have estudiar, which means to study. Llevar, which means to wear. Necesitar, which means to need. Hablar, which means to speak. And terminar, which means to end or to finish. So again, just like the verb ser, we're going to change each of these verbs. Notice that their endings are all AR. I must change these verbs to reflect my subject. Okay? So my first step as far as conjugating or changing the verb goes is to take off or remove the AR ending. So my example is for estudiar, I would just simply remove that AR. Now I'm left with what we call the stem, estudi. Now the second step is to put another ending back. Now you're going to learn those endings in just a moment, but I must put another ending back onto this verb to show about whom I'm speaking. The third step is to be sure that the ending that I add back matches the subject or the person about whom I'm speaking. These endings go as follows. O, as, a, amos, ais, an. Otra vez. O, as, a, amos, ais, an. For example, when I take a verb that's in its infinitive form or its unchanged form, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove that ending and put another ending back. These are the endings that I'm talking about that I will add back. Remember, this is yo, tú, él, ella, usted, nosotros or nosotras, vosotros or vosotras, which is most commonly used in Spain to refer to y'all. Ellos, ellas, ustedes, which is they or y'all. For example, if I have the verb hablar and I want to say I speak, remember I'm going to simply remove that ending. I'm going to remove that ending and I'm left with the stem, habl. Now, in order to say I speak, I'm going to go back to that I form or that yo form, and I'm simply going to put this ending at the end of my verb. Now I have hablo, which means I speak. The o, remember, is the yo ending. Yo meaning I. So it's very important that you remember your subject pronouns when we do this. Okay, so please refer back to those verbs that we learned in the past. I want us to do some practice. So if you will, just pause this video for a moment. Number 1, yo hablar español. I'll do this one with you. This one we've already seen in a couple of different examples. Remember, first step, drop your ending. You're left with habl. Now, what was the form that went with yo? Do you remember? Put that ending at the end of habl. You're left with hablo, right? So your new sentence should read, yo hablo español. Try the rest, and in a moment I'll put up the answers. When you've gotten your answers, they should look a little bit like this. So check your work. Number 1, yo hablo español. Number 2, él estudia matemáticas. Number 3, tú necesitas un cuaderno nuevo. Number 4, nosotras llevamos unas faldas. And number 5, ellos terminan la tarea.